If you've clicked on this video, it's because you like the end of the world. No, I'm not talking about the end of the world because of the Andromeda Galaxy colliding with the Milky Way, possibly causing the end of the world. I mean, you'd have to be a lunatic to like that stuff. What you're probably interested in is the end of the world in anime. Well, that's precisely the kind of anime we'll be looking into today. Hello anime enthusiasts, and welcome back to the channel. If you like this kind of content, then consider subscribing to the channel, so you don't miss out on future videos like this. Before we get into the video, here's a message from our sponsors, TappyToon. Enjoy the best new comics and exclusive webtoons on TappyToons. TappyToons is the official and trusted place to read hit exclusive comics from top creators. Comics you'll love, full of color, character, and charm. Premium access to the official titles, from best-selling creators and professional webtoon artists. My Life as an Internet Novel, Lady Beast, Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp, Cherry Blossoms After Winter, What It Takes to Be a Villainess, and so much more. Exclusive all-new comics you'll love covering various genres. Romance, Isekai, drama, action. Try out some chapters, or sign up to have a little bit more of a deeper dive. Buy tokens, earn points, and unlock chapters. And with daily updates, there are new chapters every day. Time till free, log in every day, and a new chapter will open free for you. And don't forget about the awesome full color artwork. Seriously guys, I recommend it. So without further ado, let's get on to the list. Number 10, we have Fist of the North Star. Coming in at number 10 is an anime that a lot of you probably recognize, but not all of you have watched, as quite a few of you know it because of the meme, "Omae wa mou shinderu." Nani? I'm of course talking about the anime Fist of the North Star. The story starts off with a nuclear war that has occurred somewhere during 1990. The war caused the loss of civilization and all the technological progress man had made. The remaining few people on Earth fought with each other for what limited resources were left. The story starts out with our protagonist, who is skilled in the martial arts of Hokuto Senkin. After being separated from his fiancée, he ventures to help people who suffer in this post-apocalyptic world. On his way, he encounters numerous martial artists who rival his skills and uses their power for evil purposes. All the characters in the show are unique in their own way, making them very likable. It is also a breath of fresh air from all the other shonen anime, which usually have teenage characters. The one thing that stands out about the show is how manly the protagonist is. So if a good old brave character is your thing, then this show is one you should definitely watch. Number 2, we have High School of the Dead. Next up on our list is an anime set place in a post-apocalyptic world because of a pandemic that turns everyone into a zombie. Too bad the COVID-19 widespread didn't turn out to be so fascinating. Don't worry, your day will come, zombie lovers. Though as a sane human being, I hope it doesn't. Back to our anime. The story follows a group of high school students along with a nurse, as they are trying their best to survive in a zombie apocalypse. Although the anime doesn't come with the most complex of plots, it's still an enjoyable watch because the focal point of the series is survival, and it does an exceedingly great job at what it is aiming for. The character and all the dialogue are pretty decent, with the fan service being a bonus if you like it. All these qualities make it an anime worthy of the list. The next anime we have on our list is the one that discusses serious themes and moral issues regarding wars. The anime I'm talking about is Now and There, Here and There. The story starts off with our protagonist, Shu, who is an ordinary boy interested in the art of kendo. In other words, sword fighting. One day, out of a strong sense of morality, he tries to defend a girl, who was being abducted by people piloting dragon-like mechas. In his failed attempt, he is accidentally transferred into a new world utterly devoid of water. The reason they were after the girl is that she possessed a piece of jewelry that contains a vast reservoir of water, which only she can control. In this new world, time and time again, Shu is interrogated by the soldiers of the ruthless warship under the command of Dictator Hamado. He also meets a girl named Sarah in the warship, who is repeatedly raped by the soldiers of the battleship. This anime manages to instill fear amongst the audience of what war can cause. One of the things that stands out in the anime is the protagonist himself. Even though he is transported to a new post-apocalyptic world and has to witness some of the most traumatic sceneries, he still doesn't lose hope and tries to find a way out. He isn't fearless, yet he can confront his sense of hopelessness, making him a fascinating protagonist in an exciting setup. This anime, without a doubt, deserves a spot on our list. Next up we have Wolf's Rain. Aren't wolves just the cutest animals? Yeah, they can be deadly, but it's undeniable that they are good looking, and wolves are precisely what the plot of this next anime revolves around, in Wolf's Rain. In this anime, according to an old legend, when the time of the end of the world comes, a place known as Paradise will appear. However, only wolves will be able to find it. The problem is that wolves are said to have been extinct thousands of years ago. However, that's not the case. Wolves still exist alongside humans, but instead they're in the form of humans by using an illusion and placing it over themselves. The anime follows the story of 𝐒𝐽, who is a wolf drawn towards the scent of the lunar flower coming from Freeze City. The lunar flowers are said to possess the key to paradise. Upon arrival to the Freeze City, 𝐒𝐽 discovers that other wolves were also attracted to the place. The wolves soon find out that they're not the only ones after paradise, and some evil people would do evil things to obtain it. On the surface, it doesn't seem like it. Still, this anime is one of a kind when it comes to the discussion of philosophy. If you're interested in philosophy, you'll notice a lot of amusing references and understand the depth of the characters more. The other aspects, such as the soundtrack, animation, and voice acting, are also things that stand out in the show. The next anime on my list is Heroic Age. In the world of this anime, there are godlike beings known as the Golden Tribe. And since they're godlike, they can destroy planets, create universes, and do anything they please. One day, the Golden Tribe invited all the races in the universe to join in an intergalactic death match. 3 species responded to the challenge: the Bronze Tribe, the Silver Tribe, and the Heroic Tribe. The Heroic Tribe was very mighty and could easily overpower the others, so the Golden Tribe just decided to kill them all. The last human beings also responded to the deathmatch challenge. As you'd expect from weak humans, they quickly began to lose and ended up on the brink of extinction. Humans are now under Her Highness Prince, Dionera, looking for a surviving member of the Heroic Tribe, and they eventually find one, whose name is H. He is so overpowered that he gave humans a chance of winning the war, despite only being 1 in number. Intergalactic space battles in anime aren't that common, giving this anime a slight edge over the others in terms of action. The space battles between fleets of battleships are something anyone should watch, even if they're not interested in action battles. The characters are filled with unique ideas and are likable. The animation was consistent, and the soundtrack was just epic in the space battles. This is all the description the anime needs. We highly recommend you try this anime and give it a spot on the list.
だから胸を張って行ってこい。いずれ旅先で出会った奴には堂々と名乗ってやりなよ。地球人類の末裔だってな。
The next anime on our list is Expelled from Paradise. As you've guessed from the title, the anime is about a guy expelled from paradise. Well, that would be wrong, as something like that doesn't happen literally. It's one of those anime where the name of the anime doesn't quite get you anywhere, like Bleach, for example. Anyways, in the world of this anime, humanity has abandoned their physical bodies and started to live in a virtual world where limitations like death, hunger, and disease don't exist. Everyone's digital frame is stored in a satellite revolving around the Earth, known as Diva. One day, Diva is hacked by a man named Frontier Setter and is pursued by Angela, who is a member of the law enforcement. The hacker's signal is traced to Earth, and Angela has no choice but to get out of the virtual machine and arrest the hacker in her physical form. In her pursuit to hunt down the hacker, she realizes that a lot of people still live on Earth and deem the virtual world paradise. After getting into a physical body, Angela realizes the suffering that humans who live on Earth have to go through. There are so many things that she would take for granted that aren't available to people who live like this on Earth. The setup for the anime is exciting. The plot isn't anything too complicated, but the characters and the interaction between them are interesting. The use of CG is done reasonably well enough, which is a rarity in anime medium. This anime, without a doubt, deserves a spot on the list. Up next, we have Seraph of the End. Yes, we have another anime related to viruses that go by the name Seraph of the End. In this anime, a virus spreads through the globe, leaving only kids under the age of 13 alive. Vampires emerge from the dark and offered the remaining survivors protection under the condition that they would donate their blood to the vampires. Pretty good deal. The anime follows the story of a 12-year-old boy named Yuichiro and his friends from the 𝐜𝐴 orphanage, who live under the protection of vampires. Yuichiro felt like more of a prisoner, as the vampires controlled all their actions, so he and his friend decided to plot an escape. However, the escape plan ended tragically, and it resulted in the death of his friend. 4 years later, after growing up, Yuichiro swore revenge against the vampires for killing his friend. On the surface, this anime may seem like your typical shonen with the protagonist being driven by the desire of revenge. However, this is just the initial stages of the series. As the anime progresses and the grand plot is revealed, it becomes more interesting of a show to watch. These qualities make the anime deserve a spot on the list. Next up, we have another anime, which also has a virus that is the root of the cause of destruction of the world. I'm talking about the anime 𝐜𝐴 of the Iron Fortress. In the world of this anime, horrific creatures known as 𝐜𝐴 have spread throughout the globe because of a deadly virus. If anyone who gets bitten, he or she will face a fate worse than death, as they will turn into a 𝐜𝐴 themselves. Fortunately, the surviving humans have constructed a wall to keep these zombie-like creatures at bay. One day, the 𝐜𝐴 manages to infiltrate the walls by hijacking the train that was coming back into the city. The virus infects a young engineer, but instead of becoming a 𝐜𝐴, he becomes a 𝐜𝐴 and human hybrid, also referred to as the 𝐜𝐵𝑛ary. As the wall is now breached, the surviving humans must find refuge somewhere else, and along the way, must fight the 𝐜𝐵AN for their survival. The anime medium doesn't have a lot of good zombie anime to offer, and this one is certainly one of the few that stands out, hence making it deserve a spot on our list.
てめえ本人じゃなきゃわからねえ二択なんだ。速攻で決めろ。どっちだ。
ああ、内臓も骨も無事だ。粘れる。
The next anime on our list revolves around science, and goes by the name Dr. Stone. In the world of this anime, a green light strikes the Earth that turns all of humanity to stone. It wakes up several years later, only to find out that all the technological progress that man has made has been undone. After waking up, Taiju also encounters other human beings, including his old friend Senku, who has been alive for quite a while. Senku has a goal to revive the modern era of civilization once again, with the power of science! Both of them join forces to achieve this goal. However, not long after, other people start getting revived, and started to oppose the ideologies of Senku. One of the things that stands out about this show is that even though it has a standard shonen protagonist, driven by the desires of his goals, it's a rarity to see those goals be related to science. Most shonen protagonists aim to become stronger through training. In contrast, this protagonist is more about brains than brawn. It is also unique that the protagonist has to unite the human beings under one ideology and guide them. All these unique qualities of the show makes it earn a spot on our list. Finally, the last anime on our list is the one that was the most hyped anime of 2013, and after the release of the anime, the entire fandom had to wait 4 years for season 2. God knows how they managed to survive that. I am, of course, talking about the anime Attack on Titan. In the anime, humanity is overrun by larger creatures known as Titans. Thankfully, there are 3 large walls to keep them at bay. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a 50-foot Titan appears that breaks through one of the walls, allowing all the Titans to march inside and feast upon the humans. Lots of people were killed in the events, and humanity was forced to move into the inner walls, leading them to lose lots of land. The anime follows the story of our lead protagonist, 𝐜𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐻, whose mother was killed during this massacre. He swore to kill all the Titans out of pure revenge from that day onward. Now on the surface, it does look like a typical shonen anime, but trust me when I say this, it is a lot more than that. Throughout the anime, each character gets exceptional development, with a multiplex plot. After getting to know the truth about the Titans and the walls, you won't be able to sleep at night. I can promise you that. Well folks, that concludes our top 10 list for today. Do you agree with it? If not, then feel free to drop down below your list of the top 10 anime where the world is ending. As always, if you liked the video, make sure to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos of such good quality. Peace out.